Hello there, good morning. It is Tuesday and I am Karen Leabo and this is my weekly vlog for reselling and my Etsy business and eBay and my adventures with quarantining and anything else that comes up. And so I kind of skipped yesterday's video. I just completely skipped it. But I do have a few things to show you that I listed, and I'm going to show you some sales. I'll show it all to you in pictures because I already packed up everything and it's waiting for the carrier pickup. So here goes. Okay, so we have 5 pieces of jewelry, or 5 listings. This is actually 4 necklaces. It's a lot of 4. I kind of put all these together because I thought they looked good together, kind of stacked up. They're chunky natural beads. There's some carved bone and some wood and seed and ceramic and a few glass. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a piece of leather. One of them's on a leather cord. But there's some really neat ones. One of them has a fossil focal piece. Some really nice ones. And I listed all those together for $28. And then these are alpaca. They look like silver. They're really pretty. And these came in a sterling silver lot, and everything was supposed to be sterling silver, but these were alpaca. And I notified the seller, and she was like, "Oh my God, I thought alpaca was silver," which a lot of people do because especially when it's new and in good condition, it really does look like silver. But anyway, she gave me a refund that pretty much covered these. So I listed these for $19. They're very pretty. They have enamel and mother of pearl. They're made in Mexico. And then we have these. This is more from the sterling silver lot. No, it's the same one, the earring lot. These are really cute little silver flower earrings with a little tiny lapis lazuli cabochon right at the center. And those I listed for $22. And then we have this. These are real pearls. And they're in good size too, and they're really beautiful. They're cultured pearls. And this brooch is marked silver. However, I tested it because I was suspicious of the way it looked. And it in fact is silver plated. So I contacted the seller because this was also in a lot that everything was supposed to be sterling silver. And they also gave me a partial refund, which I think was fair. I know people don't do that on purpose. Sometimes when things are marked 925 or sterling, I don't test them if they look right. So this was erroneously marked silver. Easy mistake to make. And then this awesome sterling silver Art Deco, probably 1930s Mexican silver leaping deer with a turquoise eye. I cleaned off most of the tarnish. I had to. It was like black and gummy. I mean, it was really disgusting. It is marked Mexico silver, and I did test this, and it is sterling. But it's a beautiful piece, even with the tarnish on it. And I listed him for $53. And then I had a couple of textiles that are already in inventory. But I had this hand woven, it's a kind of a sarong wrap slash throw slash whatever you want it to be. It is from Kenya, and it still has its tag on it that shows different ways you can wear it, and so it's in beautiful condition, and it's just a beautiful cotton textile, and that I listed for $29. And then we have this embroidered, another Weeple shirt from Guatemala. It's traditional Mayan embroidery on it and hand-woven fabric, and it's a nice large size, and it's in great condition. It's got a couple of tiny stains on white areas of the embroidery. I haven't tried to clean them off. They probably will clean off, but it otherwise is just really spectacular. And I listed that for $58. And then I'm just going to show you all these pictures of the things that I am shipping off this morning that are already packed up. We have a pair of silk pants, and those sold for $36. And we have another Swarovski crystal figurine. This one is an elephant, and that one sold for $160. And we have these sterling silver Navajo stamped button covers, 6 of them, and those sold for $45. And then we have, let's see, where am I? Oh, this is a mid-century rhinestone brooch with matching earrings, a very atomic look to them. These are probably Juliana. They're not marked, and I sold that set for $48. And then from my Karen Leabo craft and original art shop, I sold a lot of rubber stamps and a book on stamping for $15, and to the same person, who is a lovely YouTube watcher and said she was trying to help out all of her favorite YouTube people who sell online, which I thought was really sweet. And she bought one of my original artworks, which was this crazy looking assemblage, and that sold for $28. Okay, so that is it for now. Okay, so here's just a few things I'm getting ready to package up. We have the Decoupage Source Book. That sold on Amazon for all of $6 plus shipping. I don't know why I even have things for sale for $6. It's ridiculous. We have from Etsy, we have this lovely druzy crystal ring, sterling silver, hand hammered. I'll tell you how much it is in just a minute. Then we have this giant 1980s rhinestone choker and matching earrings. Look how big these are. I love them. That came from an eBay lot. I think these both came from an eBay lot. And then these were a few of the beading supplies that someone spoke up for. Thank you so much. So this lot, this is a pottery shard in sterling silver, plus a few of the beads for $32. There's Muffin objecting to everything and threatening to bite me. Okay, so let's see, I can tell you how much these are. Okay, the crazy big necklace is $26. The druzy crystal is $28, I believe, and then the beading supplies was $32. Almost forgot, I sold another one of these cool hand-painted Deruta style plates. They are well, this one's not marked in the same way as the other one was, so I can't tell you what it is because I don't remember. But gosh, I've had these plates a long time, and now I've sold 2 of them in 1 week. And we have this trio of lovely Florentine pictures, very pretty prints in Florentine frames behind the reverse painted glass. And there's 3 of them. Really very, very nice. And those sold for $65. And then to the same person, no, to one, that was a different person, but to one person sold this, uh-oh, now I've lost my paper, hold on. Okay, sorry. This is a celluloid fan from Indonesia. It's pretty old. I think it's, maybe 1920s or older. And that sold for $57. And this is a signed John Barber art glass paperweight. Here's the, I don't know if you can see the signature or not, but it's there. And the paperweight sold for $53. And this is a sterling silver and pow shell. I'm not sure how you say it. It appears to be abalone. It looks just like abalone to me. I don't know if it's the same thing, but it looks like the same thing. From New Zealand, did I say that? And that sold for $36. And we have this carved soapstone incense burner. And that sold for $22. I think I remember I got that at my mother-in-law's rummage sale for, I think I might have paid about $2 for it. Might have been a little more, I'm not sure. And we have this painted darning egg, which I think is just charming. It's wooden. It's definitely seen some love. You can see all the needle marks in the end of it. And the darning egg sold for $21. And then on eBay, those were all Etsy sales. This is eBay. I sold this tiny articulated sterling silver charm, and also this tiny little German pocket knife with a mother of pearl handle. And those each went, I did them at auction, and they each sold for $22.05, which is not too bad. I think I started them both at $15 or something like that, and that's plus shipping on those. And they're going to the same person, so that's nice. And I believe that is it. So I will see you guys on the next one. So I ran out of mushrooms, so we're going to try a broccoli pizza. I stir-fried the broccoli kind of halfway before I put it on the pizza so it won't be too crisp, but maybe not too mushy. So we'll see. Looks pretty interesting. Back from my wet, cold in the 50s. That's cold for us. Back from my walk. And we have my, where are you? This is my decaffeinated Constant Comment tea. And my tiny, tiny, tiny little cutie that I'm eating. And reading my Maine Antiques Digest. This is a gift from my mother-in-law, Sally. She gives me a subscription every year for Christmas to the Maine Antiques Digest. It's fun. Has a lot of auction news and stuff like that. Most of it's centered in the Northeast, but some things from the California area. But it's fun to see what things sell for. Hi there, it is Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going to show you what I have listed last couple of days. First up is this really cool mid-century modern panel bracelet. It's got the applied, it's sterling silver panels with applied wires of silver, copper, and brass in abstract patterns. Could not figure out the maker mark on this. It's a little flower, and I just couldn't find it anywhere. But I did list that for $49. And then some teardrop mother of pearl stud earrings, also sterling silver. These are all from my eBay lots of recent weeks. And these $27. Also could not figure out the maker mark. It's a lowercase b
inside an oval. I thought at first it might be BB, because BB does make jewelry, but I just couldn't find any verification of that. Then we have this beautiful opal ring. This stone is really pretty. Even in the photos it looks pretty good. The opal ring is a marsala, which, if you've been watching my videos, I explained what marsala is. It has a mark that looks like CW, but it's really an M with a tail. It's probably from the 1980s or 90s, and that I listed for $38. And then the last item is this Etruscan revival looking goat's head ring, which, when I tested this, it tested as like better than 10 karat gold, but see, it's got this scratch on the inside. Let's see if I can. And that is where obviously somebody was like, I think this is plated, I'm going to find out for sure, and they scratched a big scratch on the inside of the band. And if you look at it really closely, you probably can't see it in this, but it does appear to be plated. But it's very thickly plated. It's nicely done. So it's a nice little ring. I listed that for $24. And then we had a couple of textiles. We had this beautiful rainbow color blanket, which I had to finally email Amelia and ask her, where is this from? She says, Guatemala, of course, because it's got the two quetzal birds on it. Quetzal birds being the national bird of Guatemala. And I listed that one for $64. It's in beautiful condition. And I think it's an older one. I think it might be around the 1960s. Those rainbow color blankets, I saw some from Mexico that looked really similar in color around from that period of time. So that may have been sort of a popular color combination for the tourist blankets. I don't know. That's just a guess. And then I listed this batik cotton fabric, which is probably from Bali, and I listed that for $27. It's a couple of yards by 42 inches, and it's finished on the ends, so you could actually just use it as a lightweight throw or to decorate with, or you could sew with something with it. Okay, so that's it for recent listings. Okay, so here are some things that I am packing up to ship tomorrow. The first is a lot of mother of pearl jewelry. There's 6 different pieces here. There's this beaded disc necklace, some brooches, some earrings, a lot of different styles. This is kind of a lacy style. And that lot sold for $29. And we have this full apron that's embroidered and applique. It is from Thailand, made by the Hmong people, or at least it's that style. And that sold for $25. And then to the same person we have this Egyptian glass perfume bottle, and it's in this neat wooden box that screws on, top screws on. That was $45. And then these enamel on copper screwback earrings, very modernist. These are probably 1960s. Very cool, kidney shape. Just can't get much more mid-century than that. And those sold for $15. So that is it for tonight. Something will happen. Hi, so we're out for our daily walk, and we saw this girl taking a picture of her bike in front of this, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea, because we're all trying to stay strong. Okay.
Hi there, it's Karen. It is, what day is today? Thursday. Today's Thursday, and I'm going to show you what I listed this morning.
So first off, I'm working on the big box of beads that my sister-in-law sent to me. Some people have requested some small bead lots with different things in them. each of these is pretty equivalent. Of course, they're not identical because the beads aren't identical, but they're very similar. And I've listed these in my craft shop, which is karenleabo.etsy.com, in case you don't remember. And each of these is $12 free shipping. So they've got some pretty nice ones. Each one has a little cat bead, and there's some African trade beads, some Murano beads, and just some pretty glass beads. And then I listed this. It is signed Ken, which is Ken Edwards, who I did a little research on. Ken Edwards is an American who was educated at the Kansas City Art Institute, something I'm very familiar with since I used to live there. I mean, in Kansas City, not at the Art Institute. And then he went to Japan. And then he moved to Tonala, Mexico, where he has been doing pottery ever since. And that was like in the 1960s, and he's still around, at least as far as I could tell from the internet. And so this is a sweet little bird pottery pendant, and I listed that for $22. And then did a little research on this too. This is Frederick Pewter Design, and this is a company founded in the 1960s. This one says Canada, so I don't know if that's where it is or if there's more than one location. But they work with Pacific Coast Native peoples to do their designs. And so this is obviously an eagle's head. He's got a pebble in his mouth. It is some kind of totem type thing. Anyway, put a chain on it. I listed that for, I think, 19. Yes, 19. And I listed this Indian, that is the Lord Ganesha. It's the elephant-headed boy god, the god of hopeless causes, I think is what it is. This is kind of designed like one of those prayer boxes, but it doesn't open. It's not a real box. It just looks like one. And it is 800 silver. I tested it, and it tests more like sterling silver, but it has an 80 on the back, so added a chain to this one, and that I listed for $48. And then the last thing I listed was a wool striped textile with fringe. I don't know where this comes from, but it's really beautiful. It's in mint condition. It can be used like a shawl or a throw on a sofa or even a table runner. Very versatile, lightweight wool, hand woven, I'm sure. Really beautiful. I listed that for $38. So, what am I wrapping up to ship off tomorrow? Quick, while there's still a tiny bit of light left coming in the window. We have this a lovely sterling silver chicken brooch. This is from a folk art museum store. It's a replica of a folk art piece, and that sold for $29. And then you just saw this. This is Ganesh, Indian prayer box, amulet box style necklace, although the box does not open. It's just decorative. And that sold for $48, I think. And then we have this brass horse buckle. It's by Montana Silversmiths, and that sold for $26. And the fish. You can't miss this gigantic wooden fish, which is not going to be that fun to wrap, but has to be done. And he sold for $95. Shipping will eat up a good part of that. So I did not show you what I listed today. I'll have to show you that tomorrow, except for this one thing, which sold right away. This is a hand-painted porcelain pendant necklace. I don't know where it's from, but I'm guessing it's Northern European because it's got these guys with the long horns. They're playing those long horns. Looks kind of Scandinavian to me. So anyway, that sold for $26 to one of my regulars. And this Etruscan Etruscan Revival Ram's Head gold-plated ring. That sold to one of my regular customers, and she paid $24 for that. Wait, what did I say on this? I think this was $24. $24, and then this is a lot of jade jewelry and jewelry bits, and I sold that for $18. There's a couple of rings in there, there's a brooch, some earrings that are broken, and then some little bits of jade. So that's it. Kind of a small day, but I'm not going to complain because the sales have been really good, so I've been really happy with that. Hi there, it's Saturday morning. I am out on my back porch, and I'm going to show you the project I've been working on. Rob and I have both been working on all morning. We are bemoaning the fact that neither one of us is much of an engineer. We both have fathers who were more or less engineers. My brother could build anything. My sister's an architect. She can build anything. We just struggle. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I do. So I got really, really tired of the possums or something. We think it's possums getting my strawberries. Like the day before I want to harvest them, they get them. So we built these cages. Built them out of an old, well, these two littler ones are out of an old bird cage. My darling Da Vinci lived in that cage for 26 years. But I don't think I'll ever have another bird. So we cut it in half. The cage used to be really tall. We cut it in half and put a roof on this one, I guess. And then this one we built from scratch. You can tell because it's kind of wonky, but I think that it will. I hope it will keep critters out. I don't know, now I'm looking, there's like a little bit of a gap at the bottom. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll give it a try. Here's our grapevine. There's our big avocado tree that never makes avocados. There's our fig tree that makes wonderful figs. And an awful lot of weeds. I just can't keep up with them. I try. And today's harvest. It's not quite ripe, but it's close. I went ahead and picked it. It was hiding under a leaf, so I guess the possum didn't see it. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. Excuse me. And I'm going to show you a few things that I've listed over the last couple of days. Excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. And I'm very excited because today we're going to go for a drive. We're going to get out of the house, do something besides go grocery shopping or walk around the block. All the normal things we do when we leave the house. We're going to drive to Palos Verdes, where there's a lot of beautiful overlooks, and we're going to have a picnic. We'll probably just maybe sit in the car and have a picnic, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm so excited about getting out of the house. Yay! Okay, so here we go. We have a lot of, oh sorry, you really can't see that, can you? You still can't see it because they're inside a baggie, but this is 5 gold-filled rings, costume rings, but they're all really nice. These are from the big eBay jewelry lot, and I listed those for $27. And then a second lot of costume rings. There's some really pretty ones, like this one with pave rhinestones and a Maltese cross, and one has mother of pearl. These are all, most of them are unmarked, just costume, but they're nice. Listed those for $21 for 6 rings. And then these are the faux turquoise. They're faux Native American, possibly silver plated, but I'm not even sure about that. The stones are art glass. They're actually kind of pretty stones. And these rings really wear nicely. They're pretty, but they're very fake. And those I listed for $19 for the 2. And then we have this agate I don't know, do they call that a fire agate? It's really pretty. It just almost glows. It's a very beautiful stone. That I listed for 19. And then this cool modernist bangle has kind of a hand-hammered look to it. It might be actually hand-hammered. It is marked Sten, and I did a little research on Sten, and it is Gerald Sten, who is a studio artist here in California, and believe he passed away recently, if that's who I'm thinking of. And his jewelry is pretty well thought of, so I listed that for 34. It is 14 karat gold filled, so it's a nice bracelet. And fun, too. Oh, check out this beautiful rose. Look at the size of it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so here is everything that I am getting ready to package up for shipment tomorrow. Lots of silver jewelry tonight. We have this silver necklace. It is, who's the maker? Geo Art is the maker on this. This came with my eBay lot. And that sold for $42. And then we have this little Victorian style silver locket with the engraving on it. And that sold for $22. These are some nice old Siam silver earrings, and they feature Matcha the Mermaid Queen. They're pre-1949 enamel sterling clip-on earrings, and those sold for $32. Let's see. This Mexican silver poison ring with a pretty green stone, and that sold for $35. And this multi-chain turquoise bead bracelet, which is probably Native American. And Southwestern tribal style, probably Native American is what I wrote. 18 euros on that. I think that's pretty close to $18 plus shipping. And these earrings, which I just listed today, so you haven't seen them yet. Some dangle earrings with the mother of pearl inlaid on them. And those were bought one of my... Sorry, another battery issue. Inlaid mother of pearl, where was I? These sold for $22. And this is Mexican sterling silver and onyx face link bracelet. It's kind of a, what do I have here? Carved black onyx panel bracelet, hand carved stone faces. And this is 52 grams of silver and sold for $98, which I'm very happy about. And let's see, then the last item we have is this very old tapestry fragment framed. Probably, let's see, muted, faded, fabulous, shabby chic wall art, gilded wood frame, children dog. I don't really have anything in there about the age, but I'm thinking this is either, it's 1920s or earlier, and I think it might be earlier. And anyway, that sold for $45. I've had this for years. I had it when I had a physical space at an antique mall way back in the dark ages. And it was something I found in the garage And I was like, oh, I remember this. I love this. So